Yes, 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 yes. Oh,
Getting worse, aren't you?
Thank you. What have we got now?
You open it so slowly.
Yeah, I know. Have you ever whacked out of a
whacked out several times.
Whacked out. It looked like whacked. Several.
I saw cinema.
Have you ever whacked out in a cinema? Hold on.
Yeah, in Amsterdam.
In Amsterdam.
Yeah, in Amsterdam. In the
Couple of times.
mid-90s, I whacked out a few times.
Have you ever walked? Yeah, see, that's an L.
Yeah, that's an L, my friend.
Have I walked
Okay, have you ever walked out of a film in a cinema?
I've never walked out of a film like it's been that bad, but I've walked out bereft. I've turned a lot of movies off. I remember the first time I ever walked out of a cinema where you go to the cinema, and I don't know about you, but I've got a simplistic sort of idea in life where it's like, if I'm going to go to the cinema, I'm going to be entertained. And
that's the point. You don't
really
go there for
I'm like that. I'm not coming there for the air conditioning and all the ice cream. So I went in there and I saw this time of the year maybe. But I went in and I was like, saw Seven, the David Fincher movie, and I just came out and I was just like numb. You know what I mean? You know, you go in there and you come out and it's like, that's how it finishes.
That's an awesome film.
Yeah, it is. It's a great, but it's a great film. But you know, if you go in,
you don't come out with the same. It doesn't close.
It's not happy uplifting, is it?
That's
you know what I mean?
It's not uplifting.
Yeah, when you're walking
that's an awesome film.
but when you're walking out the door and it's like, wait a minute, there's no Westlife track at the end of this. You know, when they come out and we're gonna like, life's a wonderful place. Yeah. And I come out and I'm like this. I'm going, the world's a wonderful place. I was like, shit. Gwyneth Paltrow's head's in a box. Yeah. Brad Pitt's gonna go to jail. Spacey's dead. You know, Morgan Freeman's just Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman gets a free pass in every movie. You know what I mean? Morgan Freeman's the man. So I saw that and I was like, fuck, man. Yeah. Like, and I came out and I just looked at my wife and I was like, literally, I was like, what just happened there? So that one there, I wasn't going to walk out because that's like, you know, where you're picking a scab and you go, I've got to watch it. But movie-wise, the only movie that I've turned off recently, if you haven't seen it, you've got to see it. You ever heard of a movie called Shadow Boxer?
No.
Helen Mirren's in it. She plays a hit woman, right? Cuba Gooding Jr. is in it. Stephen Dorff is in it, right? Who else? There's somebody else who's a really good actor. And she plays a hit woman. But if I just throw this out to you, right? The opening scene in the movie is Stephen Dorff breaking a pool cue in half. And we don't need to explain that. And I was like, it can't get any worse. And it did. Helen Mirren's got cancer and she brought this kid up, like Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character, and there's this whole Oedipus complex thing going on, but at the same time they're doing all this like John Woo style, like the fight scenes are awesome, and you're like, I'm staying for the fight scenes, and then it just got like I turned it off literally towards the end. I just couldn't do it, and I had to revisit it. You know, like a couple of months later.
You were watching this at home.
I was watching this at home.
There's a big difference between turning a film off and walking out of a cinema. Because you've got a certain amount.
Yeah, but not my house. I'm king of the castle.
Nah, but there's a certain amount of investment that you put in when you go to the cinema.
Yeah,
you've got to travel to the cinema. You buy your ticket. It fucking costs like 50 quid these days.
And then you've got to walk in there. You spend another 50 quid on like ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but Dan, the thing is, I'm that tight. I've gone in there and I've invested all that money, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to stay, no matter how. Literally, no matter how bad it is.
That's the thing with something you put on TV. I turn off films on TV all the time when I get bored, but you go to the cinema, you're going to watch it.
So have you ever walked out?
I've walked out of the cinema once, I think. I walked out of a film, I think it was called Body of Lies. It was about, and I walked out because I fucked up and it was not the film that I thought I was going to see. I thought I was going to see it. It was about, I'm sure it was called Body of Lies, and I think it was Russell Crowe, and it was some sort of fucking military kind of spy bullshit, you know, kind of political, that sort of stuff.
Russell,
I thought it was. I was just going to see a different film. I felt
really. But the only thing is, suppose,
and I just like got halfway, and I'm like, this isn't that film, is it? No, I'm out of it.
Russell Crowe isn't that hard to walk out of, though, is he? You know what I mean? No. Get past Gladiator, and then you're clutching then for good work. Did you ever see that movie, Mystery Alaska? You ever seen that one? check it out, man. He went over there. He played an ice hockey.
You tell me it's so bad you're going to walk out?
No, you're going to love it. Cause
okay.
The backstory of it is great because he goes over there. The movie's quite good. Burt Reynolds is in there just before Burt Reynolds turns into like old Burt Reynolds. Yeah. So he still looks pretty, he still looks like he'd get the ladies and stuff. But the only great thing about it is he goes to Canada and he's playing this hockey player, washed up hockey player. And the only reason I've got that, I like it so much, is he goes into a bar while they're filming it. And he goes in and starts going on about how tough Aussie rules football is versus hockey, and says that they're all pussies. And he got beaten up, so they had to write into the screen why this guy was injured for half of the movie because Russell Crowe took an absolute hiding.
Really?
Yes, that's the only reason I love it. I know it's a bit of an aside. So you walked out because you got.
It's not even a good story. It wasn't like it was super shit or anything.
Yeah, but just
the films I was just like
I've done the same.
What's the worst?
What's the worst
movie?
Recently, I saw a film called The Babadook.
Oh, I saw that. That's terrible.
That was bad.
That's
The
terrible.
Babadook?
It's a horror film. I don't like horror films because they're pretty repetitive. You've seen one, you've pretty much seen them all. And it got super good reviews. It was like 98%.
Yeah, it was like meant to be like. I remember looking up.
I saw the adverts. I was, we'd joke about because the adverts were just The Babadook, and it was like, oh, this is, okay, it seems pretty good. Let's go and watch it. Awful.
Terrible.
Really?
Terrible.
It got really good reviews.
Yeah, no.
So I stayed for the whole of that just because it's got to pick up somewhere, and then it never did.
What about you, Chris?
I was just saying, I can't remember the name of the film. I think it was called Devil Inside, maybe, or something like that.
Another horror film.
Yeah, it was another horror movie, but it was another one of the it was like a cam one. Classic Blair Witch style sort of stuff.
Oh.
But I just got. I didn't walk out. I haven't walked out of cinema in a long time, and I can't remember actually doing it. But that one, I went with the wife because we like horror movies because it's just cool. Sometimes I think it's cool. It's just easy to watch, and it's like you say, it's repetitive, so you can just kind of lay back and just watch it.
There's probably been a new house that you've moved into, and that shit's going on. But you can't really afford to move back out, and then so you try and deal with it, and then shit goes down.
Basically,
there's
pretty much every horror.
They expand on the same sort of theme every single time.
So there was that one, and we were like, oh no. I remember watching it and going, that was crap. And the other one was the Chernobyl Diaries. Have you heard of that one? That was another terrible one. It was like, it had a great concept. I thought, okay, that was an interesting idea because it's set after the Chernobyl disaster and stuff like that. So they go there and there's all mutants and stuff like that.
Cool.
That was a really good concept, right?
That's more annoying when you have something that's really good.
And then it was completely shit. And we were watching this going, this is terrible, just waiting for it to finish. And luckily it finished.
What about Jersey Girl?
I love Jersey Girl. I love Jersey Girl, yeah. I love, really cool. I loved it.
Was that just...
Because George Carlin in it is amazing.
Well, George Carlin, you can't go wrong with George Carlin,
George Carlin. I like Ben Affleck. I'm not ashamed to say so.
I'll tell you something.
Batfleck.
What did you think? I actually thought of you.
The was great, but I liked it. Yeah,
I actually thought of you when Affleck was having the workout and he was getting all angry.
That was villain. That was villain.
That was villain strength.
He's like villain now. He trains that sort of stuff. Yes. Fine. You can't try and grab it where it is. You've got to grab where it's going.